Father up above.
If you don't get this shit right, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass.
Go to hell where you belong, you son of a bitch.
Let's go! Whoa!
I can't wash the dishes right now.
Do you want some money? Luckily, I got a game for you that's way too messy.
You look oily as fuck, bitch, take a shower.
But don't get too chummy, cause you ain't the only contendee who loves money. The winner of I Love Money will walk away with some illustrious prizes, such as a coveted spot in the DH1 Hall of Fame, and a cash prize of up to $100,000. Results may vary. So what are we waiting for? Let's bounce some checks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the I Love Money 12 exit interview series. I'm your host, Isaiah. Unfortunately, Aaron, unavailable again. But you know what? I'm running solo again from my parents' house, dog sitting, so it should be fun. But we have two of our remaining jurors that we have not gotten exit interviews from. We might get a few more if they become available throughout the stream. But we have Kyra and Debbie back. What's going on, guys?
Hi, happy to see you guys again. Excited for tonight. Love you, Kyra.
Love you too.
How crazy is it? You were top 3, I was top 5. This was an awesome experience. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I think we both made it far. I think we both made it farther than people were expecting us to.
I think we did. Hi,
What's up?
that alliance.
This is
Oh my
fake.
God! That alliance is fake. Holy crap! Are you wearing that for me?
Yes, it's for you.
Where did you get that shirt?
I just made it 5 minutes ago.
I can't. Can you mail me that shirt?
Yes, I can mail it to you. Send me your address and I'll mail it to you.
Wait, I've got to take a screenshot of this. Hold on. That alliance was fake. I love it. Oh my God,
It's gonna be when anybody asks what the season is about. This is like gonna be like the storyline, the hashtag. That alliance is fake.
Hashtag that alliance is fake. Great.
That is amazing.
That's a way to start the interview. So we have 3. Jarvis just joined us as well. But yeah, so I mean, you know, if anyone else joins, they join. But just here to talk about some of you guys' experiences. But you know, it's been a while since most of you guys have been out, so we're also going to focus a lot on the jury stuff. Luckily, all 3 of you guys were not here for the jury questioning, so I might be able to ask you guys some stuff for that as well. But Jarvis, I mean, look, we can start with you. I mean, it's been a while since you've been out. How have you been? You know, how have you been feeling viewing the game from a jury standpoint? You're actually going to be back here in a little bit to actually vote one of the winners, you know? So how are you feeling, Jarvis?
Yeah, you know what? I'm excited about the about the jury and like voting for the winner. I predicted this, like Shelby and Cheyenne. Like in my head, I was like, okay, them two. Like when Shelby came back, I was like, Shelby is definitely going to the end, and Cheyenne already knew was going to the end.
Yeah, I agree. I'm laughing because Cody's in the jury chat laughing at your shirt. Cody, you want one? I can't, Isaiah. I can't with the shirt. I'm dead, literally.
Debbie, you've been out for a little bit too. How are you feeling?
I mean, what did I get? I got out on Sunday, right? Straight back from the airport to get my ass voted out. You know, I made it to top 5. I wanted to win. All right, I'll get you on a sec. I played my heart out. Everyone knows it. I fought tooth and nail to the end. Johnny said, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. Kyra, I love you. It was all game at the end for me. Jarvis, it was all game. You know, I think, I mean, I could tell some of my secrets here, but the truth will come out at the reunion on Sunday. But I did use, okay, so Shelby, my favorite lines are, it fucking sucks. Okay, that's my famous line because I'm a Jersey girl and I like to say that. So yes, I know I was always like, it fucking sucks. But sorry, I'm a little loud. Regarding, all right, sorry, I shouldn't have cursed in front of my kid. That was actually, but anyway, mom trip. Cody, love you. No, but in all honesty though, regarding the. All right, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Regarding he's heard it before. I shouldn't have said that. But regarding what were we gonna say? Oh, regarding the top 5. Yeah, I mean, I played my heart out. Obviously, like I hustled to the end. I didn't win a comp. I won team comps, but I couldn't win an individual comp. I think I tied a record with being in the box 8 times. Till I got voted out 7 times. I made it through. So I tied a record. Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of myself. I think I did a good job to hang on there to top 5. I was the last of my alliance members to be there. So once Johnny left, once Lucy left, I realized my game, if I had to win, if I wanted to stay in the game. So,
Debbie, do you know who you're sharing that record with?
Who? I want to meet her. Heather?
Isaiah.
No, Isaiah, I share the record with you. Wow. And regarding people were questioning my loyalty. I know Jarvis. I did say so stop. I know I said a lot like, oh, I'm loyal, and I know it sounded like it was written down, but it wasn't. Jarvis and Julius, but I mean, I can tell you my loyalty and my alliance at the end of the day was to Johnny and Lucy. I think people probably know by now, but I definitely was working with Johnny and Johnny and Lucy towards the end. I mean,
I know, but you was working with them towards the end. You wasn't working with them all season because I'm pretty sure. I mean, we had a decent connection. I know you had a connection with like other people in the game.
Yes, I can tell you right now. My first final 2, night 1 was with Jake. Jake and I.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, Jake and I had the curb stompers. We were called. Hey. Then shortly after I had a final 2 with Jess, I think night 1 or this first morning, but Jess had a final 2 with everyone. I love Jess. Then I'll be honest with you.
Wait, we will get to the whole game breakdown in a little bit.
Okay. Sorry.
You're fine. I just noticed. I was like, wait a minute, let me stop this real quick because we also got to talk to Kyra before her phone drops here again. Kyra. You literally just got out like what 2 days ago? Like, how is having?
I got out. Yeah, I got out on Tuesday.
How you feeling having free time again?
I'm bored. Like yeah, I'm honored the fact that I was able to get out on something I did myself and not because others voted for me. So it was like my own decision that got me out.
Okay.
And huh?
It's like you know what. It's okay because you guys placed very well.
Yeah.
If I could say something, 3rd place doesn't suck. We share a placement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was like, yeah, there was just no way I was like getting rid of Cheyenne. There was just no way I was doing that.
Yeah.
But okay, so we got some questions in the chat. But before you, I guess we can sort of break down the in-game stuff that you guys didn't get answered. So Chantel specifically told me to ask this to you, Jarvis. She wants to know, do you regret volunteering to go into the bottom?
That's the question everyone's been asking. I don't regret going into the bottom. I knew, I mean, when you go into the bottom, there's a good chance that you're going to be going home. I knew that. But I saw Cheyenne and I saw Julius. I knew that they wanted it more. And everyone kept on saying, Kyra, she's, the disposable one. And like, once we vote her down there, I knew when we vote her down there, she was going home. I knew like Johnny was going to send her home because as you can tell, he was in alliance with Debbie and Lucy. I mean, that whole situation, Lucy, she stood up there and she said, I'm not going home. I'm definitely not. So pick whoever on your side is going to go home tonight because we're not going home. And so I just wanted to call his bluff. And I kind of wanted to see if he's going to make like a decision, because, at that point, he's like been very like neutral, Johnny. And like, he hasn't shown his cards. He hasn't like, did anything in the game to solidify like which side he's on. And so sending Kyra home, that wasn't going to like cause any like ruffles or any feathers or like send any shockwaves. That was going to be like, okay, he sent her home, whatever. Sending me home, I knew that would have been like a stance. That would have solidified something in the sand. We might not have had like an alliance. We had like a decent relationship. I had a relationship with everyone, decent relationship with everyone. So I kind of like wanted to like pull his cards so that he can like show his hands. And I accomplished what I wanted to do so that my alliance members can know like that there's a line drawn in the sand and who to trust and who, not to trust. And so I accomplished what I needed to do when doing that. I was like 1 foot out the door too. Like I started work that week. And like, I already knew that I wasn't gonna win. Looking back in the season, like a lot of people had like these strong connections and relationships. And I didn't really like start like making alliances and connections with people until until after Cody left. Like once Cody left, then that's when I was like, okay, let me like try and like find some people and like start talking game. But before then, like I didn't even really talk game to anyone. It was just like all cordial and like, just getting to know them as people. So like I knew like I was behind the scale and I knew I wasn't gonna win, but I wanted to put my alliance in like a better position in order to get to the end.
Never say never for future reference. I'm just saying.
I mean, this game is a lot of, and it's a lot of time commitment.
The winner last season,
a lot of time commitment.
The winner last season was 1 foot out night one and ended up winning. I'm just saying.
I mean, you know what? I mean, if we would have put Kyra in, Kyra would have went home. Shelby would have came back. I would have still been in a good position because I was like good with Shelby, and I was good with and we would still probably got Lucy out and then Johnny out, and I probably could have made it like maybe like and Debbie probably would have got out too, and I probably could have made it like 2 or 3 more rounds in. But at some point, I didn't want to win. I don't want to get to jury. No, I did not want to win. I don't want to get to jury. I don't want to sit up there and like say all the accolades that I've done to have you guys vote for me. Because if I would have got to the end, I would have just been like, vote for me or don't vote for me. I would have just say that.
No. You don't get to the end and not do a speech. You don't give up. I had that speech in my head. I'm like, this is what I'm going to say.
See, I don't have that speech in my head. I hate those type of speeches. So, I mean, that was my thoughts on it.
Well, hashtag that alliance is fake. I feel you.
Yeah.
But, with that, I mean, we might as well go to the person that's referencing. We have Debbie here, obviously. Debbie, as you said,
Debbie, for once and for all, was this alliance fake or not? That's what. Wrong answers only. Is this alliance fake?
Hold on. I don't think you and I had an actual alliance. We just had like one-on-one chats. We didn't have like an actual alliance. So I was always like. We were cool in the first limo, but I don't think we had an actual alliance,
Oh, Debbie, you missed the talk. You missed it.
Oh.
Okay.
All
right,
yes,
we can go on.
Yes, that alliance you were talking about with what that Lucy was talking about. Yes, that was fake once and for all. My alliance with Brandon was never ever fake, but that thank you. Alliance with the Foxy 5 was fake. Yes.
Well, listen. This is what I always say. If you
you want my thoughts on it? I don't think the alliance was fake. I mean, at the core, it was probably fake, but you guys started it, so the actual alliance was real. The actual alliance was real.
This is how we squash this. Jarvis, would you have taken? Hold, give me a second. Jarvis, would you have taken Debbie to the final two?
Yes, I would have.
Really? You would have?
Yes, because I knew I would have won.
You would have?
Yes, I knew I would have won if I would have taken you.
Hold on. If you can't make a speech and I had a badass speech, would you have won against me? Because remember, Shelby said I'm the underdog and I could talk. I don't know.
Yes, because I have allies that would have voted for me. Yes. I have people that I'm loyal to that would have voted for me. Yes.
I would have voted for you. I would have voted for you.
Interesting.
For Jarvis. See, I think I would have had Lucy's vote, and Brandon's, maybe John. I mean, I probably would have had like 1 or 2 jury votes. My people were pre-jury that got voted out. So you're right. The jury was not on my side. That's why I'm like, take me to final 3.
All right. Debbie, so I mean we can ask you some stuff. So Debbie, what a journey you've had. You kept getting voted into the bottom. Allegedly, people added people in chats and said that you said certain things. You made a lot of deals with people, but like, I mean, how do you feel about your whole experience? Do you think that there's a chance that you could have won? And if you could have changed anything that happened, what would you have changed?
I thought at a point when Jake and Brandon said in their exit interviews that they wanted me to win, that I could have won. But I think towards the end, when I kept coming in last, I was like, unless I make a really, really good speech, I don't know if I would have won. But I just wanted people to, like, I hate saying drag me to the end, but I wanted people to take me to the final 3, so I had that chance. But either way, I had top 5 out of 22. I'm proud of my game. This was my second org, second time playing. I just played another one a third time. Like, I'm proud of how I played, how I told my story. I may have shed some tears, but I made real friendships that'll take me in real life. And you two on here too. I hope we do keep in touch in real life. And like, I'm proud of how I played. I think that I hope I was an inspiration to people to keep hanging on and never give up. And yeah, and you know, I do want to say there was one person that I was heartbroken for a week, and you guys kept asking me about him. That was my ride or die. Can I tell you who it is?
Is it Jake?
Well, Jake was my final 2 from the first time, but once I met this person, we were like,
oh, who was it?
Miles.
Really?
Yes. You didn't know?
No, I've never spoken to that boy, like ever.
We kept that under wraps. You know why? Miles and I were only working together for a few days until he left the game. But we were the chronic killers. Us two had a final 2. We were ride or die. I love Miles. Like, yes. So Jake was I love Jake. He was okay. So you're asking me my mistakes in the game. So my mistakes were making too many final 2s.
Not mistakes, but what would you have changed?
Oh, I wouldn't have made like so many final 2s. But I think what I would have changed was trying to win more comps, not coming in dead last. And maybe not making so many alliances. I kind of felt like Lucy and I towards the end were kind of playing the middle, and we had too many different alliances. So I felt like, just not playing both sides, because I think that's what hurt me. Yeah.
I agree. I agree with the alliance thing. I think I only had about 2 alliances in the whole game. Maybe like literally 2 chats of alliances in the whole game. Maybe 3.
I had too many to remember and count. I could name them off on Skype, but yeah.
No, we don't have enough time for that.
We don't have enough time for it. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, that's what I would change. Probably not playing the middle, not making alliances with everyone, because Lucy and I were like, we're in trouble in the end. Like, we're good. We were like screwed. But yeah.
All right. Just also for the viewers, because we do have a good amount of viewers. If you want to donate to the winning pot tonight, you know, we have the Cash App, the Venmo, the PayPal, and all that fun stuff on the screen down below. You see it. So if you want to donate to the winning pot to help either Cheyenne or Shelby make some more money, you can donate. You can also, just to let everybody know, there will be other awards that will be given money. So if you want people to win some money, the game's called I Love Money. If you feel entertained, you know what I'm saying, donate to it. But all right. Lastly, we got third place here, Kyra. Kyra, before I ask, are you good, or is your phone going to drop you?
I'm sorry.
Are you good to answer a question, or is your phone going to
drop
you?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. I'll sit.
Kyra, listen. So in the game, you definitely said, I want to go against the best, and in your mind, you had the prime decision to basically choose who you were sitting with in the final 3. You chose Shelby and Cheyenne ultimately. Do you regret that decision? Do you think that if you brought Julius instead, do you think that you had a better shot at possibly winning this game?
Absolutely, but I don't regret my decision, because there was just no way I was gonna cut Cheyenne like that. She didn't deserve that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then also, like, I was like, I'm a woman of my word, so I was like, there's no way I'm gonna sit. Shelby saved me 3 times in a row, and literally on the same live. Imagine if I would have taken her out like as soon as I won. That would have been so messed up.
Okay. Same question I actually asked Debbie, do you have any regrets with what you did in the game? Like, do you have anything that you're like, I wish I did this a little differently? Maybe I could have worked with this person. Maybe I could have took this person out instead. Anything like that?
Actually, no. Because I think I did everything I wanted to in the game. And like, I just came to have a fun time and like to like put like smiles on people's faces and stuff. And I did that successfully. And that was really all I was going for. And I lasted way longer than I was expecting to last. I knew once I went in that gauntlet, I wasn't coming out. But yeah, it was just kind of like that was like such a disgusting challenge. I literally was like, I even said like during it, I was like, I'm not winning this. And I even kept saying to Dylan, I was like, Dylan, are they finished yet? And then he was like, no, you're still in this. I was like, oh. I was like, well, they need to hurry up because I don't want to do this anymore. So I wanted them to beat me because I hated that gauntlet so badly.
Sidebar. I thought it was hysterical. I was like, what is Kyra doing when you're doing the cups and card thing and you just push all the cards down? Like you're supposed to pull the cards out. You just push them all down. I was like, what the hell is Kyra doing?
Oh. That's one of those problems too, because like it was funny because I literally thought I was done with a lot of those challenges, but I misinterpreted how they were done, because I thought I was done at 4 out of 4, but apparently I was still like 2 out of 6. I was like, oh crap, and then I was like, I'm not doing this right, but I thought I was finished. But yeah, the jigsaw, I was literally almost finished with the jigsaw, and I actually was pretty close because I'd like to think I was on challenge 6. And like I think Cheyenne beat me by like 2 minutes, but then again, I don't know. I probably misinterpreted how to do all of the challenges. But yeah, like people were telling me it was close, so I was like, okay. And also, I think it was really weird how much flack I got from the jury for keeping Cheyenne, because I think wouldn't that have been more impressive if I kept her and then I actually ended up beating her? Like, why would I not have your vote because I kept her versus me like actually like beating one of the best competitors? I was like, how does that make? Why are people upset with me for that?
Who are you referencing with that?
It was like people in the jury were like, that was a dumb move that Kyra did.
Oh, look at Isaiah being messy.
Okay, well, I'll just say Lucy was one of those people. I knew I wasn't gonna get her. I knew I wasn't gonna get her vote anyways. But yeah, I was like, she was just like, that was a dumb move. Kyra lost my vote. I never had her vote. But yeah, it was just kind of like, yeah, she was like, it was a dumb move for me not to take out Cheyenne. And I was like, if I would have taken out Cheyenne, I would have lost other votes. I would have lost even more votes, because I was like, Cheyenne has done nothing to me to deserve me taking her out. And but yeah, I was like, there's no way. But yeah, I was like, I think that would have been even more impressive if I actually beat her versus me purposely like eliminating her so I don't have to face her.
So, I mean, I'm hearing from all three of your answers that Cheyenne, it played some part in that. If Cheyenne is like this big threat, why didn't anyone want to take her out of curiosity?
I would. Sorry.
Mom, no, right?
No, I mean, I respect your move, Kyra. I would have taken her out, but that's just me because I would have taken out the big threat and to put a big move on my resume. But
would you have taken her out before Shelby? Out of curiosity,
I would have taken Shelby out first. Yeah,
okay.
But regardless of what I said to Shelby, I respect her gameplay. She basically fought tooth and nail, similar to how, I mean, we played very different games, but I still like, I have to hear her speech. It's not a done deal, even though I said that, because I do respect what she did. I mean, she got back in, she's badass. So, but yeah, I would have taken her out before Cheyenne. Yes, of course. Yeah.
People don't know that I actually have like a really good relationship with Cheyenne. Like that's closer than like what people see on the lives and stuff. Like her and I actually have like a really good like her and I have had like literally like Zoom call, like Skype calls for like over an hour. Like her and I have like a really close relationship, and I'm not gonna like cut her out. Like it was really hard for me to do that to Julius. Like I was like, oh my god, Julius, I felt so terrible. But yeah, it was just kind of like, 'cause I originally had like, when like Shelby mentioned the final 3 with me, her, and Jarvis, I was like, okay, I'll stick with this. And then it was just kind of like it was just very, very hard. Like I really hated doing that to Julius, and yeah, it was just like I couldn't eliminate Shelby right after she saved me. And like yeah, her and I also had like a good relationship that people didn't know about either.
Yeah.
All right. Before I ask more questions about the final 2, because we're going to start moving into our jury segment questions. I am going to ask some of the questions from the chat. So the first one we have is for Debbie from Joseph Boza. He has a couple questions. Okay. Joseph wants to know, Debbie had 9 lives for sure in the game. It felt like, hold up. This is not a question.
Like just the way she played in some comps.
Sorry, this is a better question. All
right, whatever. Fine, take me to the end.
I love money.
Stop.
This is the question. All right, so the other day at the round table, Brandon said Shelby made a weak move avoiding Debbie's check. Do they think it was a weak move from Shelby getting rid of Debbie?
Yes, it was a weak move. I agree with Brandon, and I love you, Brandon. Can't wait to hang out after this game. My jersey.
That was going to be one of my questions to Shelby, because I felt like as like a competitor like Shelby, she would be more of like thought process like a Debbie Lucy, whereas like I want to like fight and make it to the end. More as like me, Kyra and Cheyenne, we play more of like a loyal game. So that was more like a loyal move versus like trying to like win and get to the end move. And so that was one of my questions that I was going to ask her when we speak at the jury, in front of her, one of the questions at the finale tonight.
That's good because if you didn't ask, I would have asked. So that's good. I want to hear her answer.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, I was very curious about that because I was expecting her, to take out, a big threat competitor at that point. But like as you can see, I think what I don't know it was me, but I want to take a little bit of credit of putting Shelby and Cheyenne together. Mending that fence. I think that we came to like try and get rid of a target, and that mended them a little bit for those couple of rounds. It didn't actually work out that way because I think that during the double eviction, Jess and I forgot who else ended up leaving the double eviction. Jess and Shelby maybe I think left in the double eviction.
It might have been Justin Shelby.
Yeah. Instead of that eviction should have been Debbie and Lucy, honestly.
Which eviction?
The double eviction. Yeah.
Oh, but that was Johnny. That was Paymaster, right?
No, Johnny. So I want to address something too. Johnny, he took like I guess like he basically like took said that he his thing was to like get rid of me and like he made that happen. He might have been like Paymaster and sent me home, but like I don't give him credit for sending me home because I did that. I'm the one that put myself in. I give him more credit for me sending Shelby home in a double eviction because Shelby wasn't supposed to go home and I really didn't want Shelby to go home. So his decision is the reason why I had to send Shelby home. And I think that I give him more credit to take from me taking Shelby out versus him sending me home.
Okay. Yeah, and I think Shelby got rid of me for personal reasons, I think, because she knew like after the chat was blown up, she saw I called her a BITCH and she stop it. She took me out for personal reasons. And I agree. I think like I was not going to beat her at the end. She was definitely going to beat me in the comp. So I think she took me out. She played too personally with that move.
How about you, Kyra?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Do you think that it was a weak move from Shelby to get rid of Debbie?
No. This is why. The reason why I'm gonna say it wasn't a weak move was because I think like it was just kind of like I feel like at that point she was just kind of got it was just like the same I think people were hearing the same speech over and over again. And I think they got tired of it. And it was also just like, because like her main reason, like Debbie's main reason was just saying, I'm not gonna win, I'm not gonna win. And it was just, I feel like it's just kind of like, if that's the only reason you really have, then I think it was just kind of like, just to send her home at this point. But yeah, and it was also kind of like, out of those options, I think that was the best choice because I didn't want to go home, and I also didn't want Cheyenne or Julius to go home either. So like that, like it would have sucked regardless of who went out.
So she thinks that that was the correct move. Jarvis, if she didn't send Debbie home, who do you think she should have sent home at that point? The people left in the game were Debbie. Obviously, that would be taking Debbie off the table. Kyra, Cheyenne, Julius. So who do you think she should have took out?
I think Cheyenne. If Cheyenne went home, she's winning. No, exactly. She's winning out of everyone. But now I think her and Cheyenne is just like a toss up right now. So like it's like we have to see like how those jury speeches are going to be. But
it does open an interesting question because and not just you guys, I'm hearing from the other exit interviews too. So a couple people are saying, Shay, why didn't Shelby take Cheyenne out? But I'm also hearing a lot of people are like, I would have took Cheyenne to the end. So it's like, So is it my question to you guys is the same thing for like Shelby should have did this? Does that apply for everyone else as well? And technically, like if they didn't take Cheyenne out as well, is that also a bad move or no?
I'll say this. So like me, I mean, like you said, Kyra, me, like Julius, like Cody, we have like a really good relationship with Cheyenne. So like we would have been okay taking her and like losing next to her. But for someone, Shelby, that had like they were like arch nemesis and they were at each other the whole season, I would have thought she would have, I could be wrong. I mean, they said in the last live that they like kind of like are closer now and they made up and everything, but I felt like she would have taken her out to progress herself forward if she wasn't as close with Cheyenne.
Got it. All right, we spent a lot of time on that question. That was good answers with that. Thank you. Okay, so let's move to the next one. We got a couple of questions while you guys are answering that, so that's great. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna see which one I want to pick. You don't need to ask that. Okay, there you go. Wait, it just disappeared. I'm so sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. I hate dead space. I just killed the whole vibe. Okay, there you go. So Joseph wants to know, when the cast was first revealed, did any of them think the finals would be between Shelby and Cheyenne?
No, because Shelby, no, she was so quiet, and Cheyenne entered the game late.
Mm-hmm. I thought Jake was going to the end.
I thought Jake too. I thought Jake was going to go to the end. Yeah, I think it's always unexpected when you first come in and like who you never know. Like the big threats are always taken out, although they were big threats, but the big personalities are always taken out, I think.
Okay. How about you, Kyra?
Probably so when I saw like the record, but then again, like I didn't expect Shelby to come back. So like once it was, I don't know who I expected it to be in the end with Cheyenne, but like I really thought like maybe like Cheyenne and like Johnny would have been like versus each other or something, or like I don't know, but yeah, I have no idea. I definitely didn't expect me to be in the final three.
Yeah, I thought Johnny.
I have a bone to pick with Dylan because of Shelby coming back. I was like kind of like upset about that because he allowed all the jury members to like play against each other, and then I got taken out and I couldn't play against Shelby to come back in.
Thing.
I was like, what is this?
I was like, why didn't Jarvis get to battle Shelby for his spot back after he was eliminated, and she got to? I was like, that's not really fair. I was like, he should have been able to battle her, and then that person should have been able to. But yeah, I was just like, that really sucked. I mean, like I didn't want Shelby to go home, but it was just the fact that it wasn't fair to Jarvis.
Yeah, you guys can beef with him about that tonight. I just work here. All right, so the next question. And I think this is possibly the last question before we get to the jury questioning. It's from your furry jury member, Cody. He might be reaching for compliments. He wants to know, who is your overall favorite player this season?
Ooh. I mean, Cody, you definitely caused chaos, Cody. And I'm in your blunt rotation, so I love the 40 Club. Who's my favorite player? I'm going to think about it while you guys answer.
You cannot say yourself.
No.
Dang.
I mean, I can't say Miles because he wasn't there long enough. I love Brandon. I thought Brandon was great. Jake, Lucy, Jess. I don't know. I can't name one favorite. Johnny. I think Johnny played the best game. That's what I'll say. Mm-hmm. And Jake played a pretty good game too.
Actually, I think my favorite player was probably Johnny. Definitely. Yep. I think like the good morning text is what like did it. Yeah. And Kyra, she was really funny too.
Oh my god, thank you, Jarvis. Thank you. Yeah. I was gonna say you were actually one of my favorite players too, because I just really like thought you were like so cool, and I really liked when you would like message me, and like I would like I love seeing like you smile like when I made you laugh on this game. I was like, heck yeah! And then like after you got eliminated, I would look at the screen and I didn't see it. I was so sad.
I know. I was saying Kyra like some weird stuff, like me like barking like a chicken and like some like crazy stuff.
I literally have watched that like since you left. So I was like, this is beautiful.
All right. So I think that's the end of the questions. All right. So let's ask some jury stuff. We talked about y'all time as players. Let's talk to y'all as jury members. So you guys have been able to sit here and watch. Kyra, not so much, but everyone else has been able to sit here and watch. I do have a question from one of the production members, Keisha. She wants to know: are you guys going to be voting based on gameplay or just who you like?
I mean, both, but I would say more gameplay. I'm not going to be a bitter juror. That's why I said, like, even though I said what I said to Shelby, I'm not definitely set on Cheyenne, but I think she played a good game, especially coming in late and maneuvering herself. But yeah, I have to listen to the speeches and the questions too.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, I think I got along with both parties. And so both is going to take into effect, like gameplay and who I like. I like both of them, and they both played a good game. They played different games, but they both played a good game.
Yeah.
Kyra just said, "Yeah, okay." Listen,
Oh,
y'all know.
oh, I can say something else. I think that yeah, it's gonna be. I kind of think it's I'm honored to be a jury member, but I think it's kind of pointless me being in the jury because I just like I don't know. I'm just kind of like there, and I also just like I was literally just in the final 3 with those people, so I don't know. It just feels kind of weird for me, and like I don't know. It's going to be really hard. I think I should be a tiebreaker vote as backup, but I don't think I should be a main jury member as I'm not going to be able to really decide. And like, there's like a main reason that I kept Cheyenne as well that I'll probably just say in the jury tonight. But yeah, it was just kind of like, I don't know. But I'm really fine with either of them winning.
Yeah, I mean, I respect both of their gameplays. I mean, Shelby was out. She got back in from the jury. I mean, like I said, even though Shelby and I had like personal, beef at first, which was squashed, I'm still like, I say Cheyenne, but she can convince me. So we'll see.
All 3 of you guys saying that you're undecided. Hopefully, I wonder if you guys are just saying that because of that vote eliminator, but we're going to see. So let's get to
shade.
So I do want to break down both of them. Since we talked about Cheyenne a little bit earlier, a little too early, let's start with Shelby. So with Shelby, how do you guys feel about Shelby's journey in this game? Socially, strategically, and with physicality, the comps and stuff.
I actually enjoyed her the entire time. Like, her and I have never actually had issues. Like, even when like other people didn't like her and I were always solid. Like, she even saved me, and she had like no real reason to save me, but she actually like respected me from the jump and told me she actually liked me, and I was so happy about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same here. Me and Shelby fell out once. Like, you can go back, and I've never really like voted for Shelby until like the Cody situation happened in the chat. And that's kind of like when it went like kind of rough. But like for the most part, like I even told Shelby before she got voted out, actually, that like she was like an amazing competitor and like she should win this game. Like I gave her like praise before I even knew she was leaving. I think the difference in the game, Shelby was like out there. Like I felt like she wouldn't lie to you. Like she would tell you everything up front. And I really respected that. She always, from what I can tell, she always told her truth or what she thought was the truth. And like, I really appreciated that. And like, she put the little pressure on though a lot of times. So I had to like make sure like, I wasn't giving away too much when talking to her. But like, I respected it overall. I was like in your face.
Yeah. There was one time that I did like kind of I played up something. Like, it was like after when Debbie kind of blindsided me and put me in the box, and then I had to like campaign to get myself saved, and I was just like, I kind of like pretended like I hated Debbie, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna take Debbie out, and then I'm just like, and then she goes back and tells that to Debbie, and it wasn't even like, and people were like, oh, she's gonna blow up your game, and I was like, I don't really have anything to blow up, I'm just here wearing costumes.
Who said this? Wait, what happened when you said you were going to take me out to who?
So when I remember that time when that whole time when you voted for me and we talked about it, and then so when I was pitching like for shot to save me the first time I was ever in the box.
Oh, it was Shelby or something? I don't know. She froze, but yeah.
Yeah, she'll be back.
Because it wasn't fully true. I was like, I'm upset with Debbie, but I'm not gonna purposely go out of my way to take her out. And then then she told that to Debbie, and
All right. So how about Cheyenne before we get to like cross examination? How you guys feel about Cheyenne with the same categories?
With the same categories, I felt like Cheyenne, she played like a very loyal game. I think she, like, early on, you saw that she was ride or die with Cody. And like, I wasn't even that close to Cheyenne actually until like later on, until like after Cody left. And so that's when I like really, really got to know her, and I really got to like see like her character and everything. And for most of the game, she was just trying to like, avenge like Cody by, targeting Shelby most of the game. But what I really liked about, Cheyenne and her gameplay, like, she allowed you, I mean, even though she was an ally, she allowed you to like be your own person, and like she didn't try and like force you to do anything you didn't want to do. She knew who she was, and she knew what she was going for. And you could be straight up with her and be like, I'm not down with that, and like she'd be okay with that, and which I really appreciated. Like, we was loyal to the end. And I was allowed to like express to her like what I would do and what I wouldn't do, and like she still stuck by me, and I still stuck by her through thick and things. So I really appreciate that. I mean, and she, how many cops she had to win in order to be safe, because people were targeting her too to get her out because she was like a peer with Cody. So for her to last this long, like winning competition she was a competition beast. She might not have went for the Paymaster each time, but I believe when she went for Paymaster each time, she could have won a lot of those Paymaster competitions. But yeah.
I also really respected the move when I was Paymaster and she willingly volunteered herself in the box because she trusted me that much that I was going to keep her in there and take out Lucy. Also, Jarvis, thank you for eliminating Lucy first, because I wanted her out so badly. Like, that was the first time I ever actually targeted someone in the game. I was like, I need this woman out. But yeah, it was just like really awesome to be able to get her out the same episode where she called me a dead weight. But yeah, so it was just like, I really respected like Jarvis and like Julius and like Cheyenne having my back that night.
How about you, Deb?
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Cheyenne with the same categories.
How do you feel about Cheyenne gameplay overall the whole season?
I was helping my son. How do I feel with Cheyenne's gameplay overall? I mean, I think overall she outwitted, she outlasted, she outplayed.
All right, come on, Survivor.
I mean, okay, fine. I'm gonna.
I'm joking, Debbie.
I'm like thinking of my Survivor brain. I think that she definitely played a good social game. She came in late. She maneuvered herself. Like, she was a little quiet at first when Cody and Shelby and I had that whole blow up, and she came in our limo late. And then she maneuvered herself. She kept winning. She won the first comp with Jake. She was a team captain. I mean, she was badass. She was a badass boss lady. I think she was good in the social category. I think she was good at controlling the game. I think she was good at winning comps. So yeah, I think she played a kick-ass game. Yeah. I think she should be proud, and I think she deserves it. And I can't wait to meet my Jersey girl in Weehawken for a drink, because we're both Jersey girls. And I do, even though we didn't work together, I do love Cheyenne. So yeah.
Okay. All right, so lastly, we'll just do, you guys can just give me one named responses, and then we should be done. So between the two of them, who was the best strategically?
Cheyenne.
How about the other two?
Yeah, I would say Cheyenne as well.
Kyra, think you're hard.
I think they both did really strategic stuff. I think it was like really smart for Shelby to reach out to me and get like probably the most liked person in the game to be on her side, and to help like mend certain connections. Like, I know she really wanted me to talk to Jarvis for her and like get that relationship mended. But it was funny because I was also like newly talking to Jarvis that time too, so it was like so that was very interesting. But yeah, it was I think both of them just really have really good strategics, and plus the fact that I was kept every time for by Shelby, I think that adds points to her as well.
Okay. All right.
I know that was interesting too, because we had that little 3. I think if I still would have been in the game, I probably would have rocked with that 3 with us 3 for a minute. That was like a nice little trio.
Yeah, I really liked that final 3. And also, if it was us the final 3, I still would have been the one going home that night. But once those coins went in my mouth, it was over. I knew it was done. But yeah.
Trifling. I don't know why he made y'all do that. Okay.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
It used to be cookies. I'm just letting you know, it used to be cookies. I don't know where the coins.
I would have downed those cookies so fast. Instead, I'm putting dirty money in my mouth, and I think I have strep now. But yeah, it was just so. My throat is so sore, and it's red and blotchy. I know, and I didn't even win.
It's usually you put the cookie on your forehead and you get it to your mouth. I don't know why.
I even washed it with like soap and water before I put it in my mouth, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. They needed to be soaked for like a year.
Okay.
I wish we could have saw that competition, Kyra. I wanted to see that. I think we can. It's up on live, right? It's up on YouTube.
Please don't look at mine. It's so bad.
It is on YouTube if you want to go view it.
Mine is so bad. I was just like looking at the comments, and I was just like, I don't even know what I'm doing, and I clearly wasn't doing the stuff correctly. But because I really got stuck. The jigsaw puzzle was so hard, and I got stuck on the crossword because I couldn't remember Janae's name at the time, and I didn't know those questions. And then I kept thinking I was the answer for a lot of them, but I wasn't even an answer for a single one of them. But yeah.
All right. We gotta wrap this up soon so you guys can chill before.
Yeah, and I gotta put my son to bed before.
Okay, quickly. All right. Speaking of comps, who's the best out of comps between the two of them for you guys?
Cheyenne,
they both were pretty good, I would say.
I can actually give y'all stats if y'all want it, actually.
All right.
Yeah, I think they were both, I think from a comp perspective, they were similar. I think Cheyenne just played a better strategic and social game because, Shelby would blow up the house chat with everything. Everyone would know everything.
I totally forgot to read this earlier, but okay, so according to the stats, so Cheyenne won 1 paymaster, 4 immunities, and she won the captain's comp. Sorry, I got that wrong. Cheyenne won 1 paymaster, 3 immunities in the captain's comp. I typed that in wrong. So that would be 5 comps. In Shelby, I totally forgot to bring this up earlier, broke an I Love Money record actually for most comps wins in a single season. She has 3 paymasters, actually technically 4 if you count the one from last night. So 4 paymasters, 2 immunities, and then 1 battle back. So that's 6. But okay.
Yeah, that's why I said Shelby probably did a little better in the comps. But I think overall, Cheyenne's social game and strategy was better. So that's why I have to hear what Shelby says. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then lastly, guys, out of the two of them, which was better? I mean, we kind of heard Debbie's answer already. Who was the best socially, Jarvis and Kyra?
I think Shelby was definitely easy to talk to. They both have very good social games. The only thing with Shelby, you would be scared that she's gonna tell. I had to specifically tell Shelby, do not put this in the main chat. Do not tell anyone this. Because I knew that if you tell her something, she was gonna tell it. I mean, she was an open book. You asked her questions, she just didn't she didn't care. Everything was open with her, which I really appreciated. But I think towards the end, I got to know Cheyenne a little bit more, and I definitely think her social game was a lot better.
How about you, Kyra?
I agree. I think Colin was the good social person.
Colin.
I'm sorry. I completely screwed that up so badly. Wait, I'm sorry. I think I was reading Colin's chat and then okay. Anyways, I'm sorry. Hi Colin, I love you. All right, but anyways, I meant to say I think for Shelby, it was we were like working together, but it was still really funny, like hearing when she put my stuff in the group chat saying, Kyra, Debbie, Lucy, is this true that this alliance is real? We were friends. I was like, why is she putting that in the main chat? If she would have asked me that directly, I would have answered, but she put it in the main chat. So I just was just like, and then I had to basically downplay it and say, I mean, I prefer zebras because giraffes are usually like are dirtier and like shit more. So yeah, I just had to.
That was so funny. That was so funny you mentioned that because like me and Cheyenne was talking about that because we got put in the chat first. We had heard Giraffe's exit interview first, and Cheyenne was like, should I put that in the chat? But that's not like a Cheyenne thing to do to like blow up the whole chat. So like the next day, that's when Shelby ended up doing it. And I was like, okay, that's a Shelby thing to do. I was like, it's totally in line with what she was doing, what she would do.
I feel like she could have just asked me that directly and I would have answered it, but it was just, and then like first she put it in the main chat, and then later on she messaged me and was like, is it true? I promise I won't blow it up. You kind of already blew it up when you asked me, but but no, it was fine because it was like Giraffe's already put it out there, so I think that's probably why she did that. But and then also she was like, but even in her exit interview, she was like, I did kind of try to stir stuff up, but it was just like I'm helping you out, and you're kind of But no, I think it was a smart move to try to like get me in a scandal. But it's funny because like. Lucy and I were so irrelevant to each other's games, but the one blow up we had was like was what stuck. It's literally what stuck, and that's all people talk about because
I know, and exactly that's why I got the shirt. The season is going to be this is like the motto of the season. That alliance was fake.
Yeah, it was funny because like she was saying that her and I don't get along at all. Her and I were getting along great until I exposed the alliance or whatever. Because it was
that fake alliance.
I was tired of it being pinned on Brandon. That's what I didn't like. I was like, you guys can lie on me, but I'm not Brandon. I'm a little defensive of Brandon. But yeah, it was just really funny. And then
yeah, I will say the one time that me and Kyra. So Brandon was juror number 1, right? So I think the one time that me and Kyra were in the box with Brandon, I felt horrible because he couldn't campaign against us. And even though I wanted to save myself, I was not going to campaign against Brandon. And I love it. And that alliance was real, Brandon. Whatever anyone says, my alliance with Brandon was real. So I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. We'll bring it up again at the reunion. Brandon and I went to the same high school.
Oh.
We did not know each other before the game. We figured out when we talked that we both went to East Brunswick High School. We're the EB Bears, but he's 10 years younger than me. So, yeah, we had a final 2 as well.
Debbie, I don't think you should say that. 10 years younger?
Yeah, it's okay. Brandon's younger than me, but we went to the same high school. So we were like, oh, my God. But, yeah, I mean, we didn't know each other before the game. But, yeah. How it's a small world.
Small world, yeah, definitely.
Kyra, you are...
Why is she shocked?
Hold on. Is her screen frozen?
No, it's not.
Oh, all right.
I wasn't in his plans for a final 3.
You were. Listen, I'm sure he had a final 2 with me and a final 2 with you. Just like
I didn't have a final 2 with him. We were just like we were basically just like we're gonna ride this till the wheels fall off or whatever. Listen, and I was like, I'm riding, Brandon, I'm riding. But
listen, Kyra, Brandon loved you to death. Kyra, Brandon loved you to death. Brandon and I made a final 2 after Miles left. He was my ride or die, and we talked that night. And we were like, let's just establish, because the 3 of us had an alliance too, me, Miles, and Brandon. So we'll talk more about everything at the reunion. But I love Brandon. He loves you, Kyra. Like, I'm sure he would have. He considered.
I feel like I just got dumped. But yeah, so it was just like, but no, it's fine. But I don't think I didn't have a final. I don't think I really had a final 2 with anyone. I think some people it was just implied because like I remember Cody and I were like Cody said to me, he was like, we were the first 2 in this house. We need to be the last 2 to leave. But I think that was just a statement. I don't think it was like, oh yeah, you and me are going to the end. But like it was basically. I had like it was implied for me, Cody and Shelby, was that that they were gonna never raise their hand for me, and I was never gonna raise my hand for them, and that was like clear the whole time because I've never done that once. And then even Jarvis, even for you, I like when you volunteered yourself in the box, I still could not raise my hand. I was like, no, I'm not raising my hand for Jarvis's box suicide. I was like, I can't.
All right, guys, I have to bounce to get my
I
son
was
to
just
bed.
about to say, yeah. So, anyone, thank you so much for watching. Please tune in 30 more minutes. The finale, you'll be able to see all these guys and the rest of the jury with the votes to crown a winner. But yeah, until the finale, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Love you guys.